Yo, what's going on guys? HyperX here. Welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. And in this one, I want to talk about the recently revealed post-launch roadmap because this is incredibly exciting. If you caught the brand new trailer, the new Frontier trailer, I like what they did there with the name, by the way, because of course we got a Frontier monster. Anyway, that to one side. In that trailer, at the very end, they showed off Lucent Naga Cougar, and they mentioned that of course that will be one of the first monsters in the new post-release roadmap. That one is coming in August, but they also dropped the remaining roadmap for not only the rest of the year, but also a nod to the fact there will of course be more content coming in 2023. Already off the bat, this is looking a lot more healthy than Rise's post-launch roadmap, so let's talk about it today because there's lots of kind of cool stuff to speculate, and I want to go through a few of the theories right now. So if you guys do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. Let me know in the comments down below what you hope to see as part of the post-launch DLC, post-launch roadmap, and of course, do be sure to keep it locked for plenty more. So to begin with, again, as mentioned, the trailer started, or ended, should I say, with the first showcase of Lucent Naga Cougar, looking incredibly cool, loving the look of this monster. And then they said on their website that they are planning multiple free post-release title updates for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. Of course, this is the standard for Monster Hunter. Every time a game comes out, they continue to sort of roll out free post-launch content, alongside, of course, a few paid things on the DLC shop, voices and this, that, and the other. But the main exciting stuff is always free. They said in Title Update 1, they are planning the additions of the monster Lucent Naga Cougar, the Forlorn Arena locale, and other monsters, rare species, and variants. They said that future title updates are also in the works. Title Update 2 coming in fall 2022, Title Update 3 coming in winter 2022, with the possibility of further updates going into 2023. There are still more monsters we have yet to announce, so watch out for future announcements. And they then showed us the full roadmap. Now this is very exciting. Of course, we have the August roadmap, which again is not that far away considering the game launches at the very end of June, basically a month after launch. I mean, assuming it's of course, you know, one for one, might be a little longer, but the point is you're not going to have to wait too long for the first title update. This will include Lucent Naga Cougar and several other monsters. They have said rare species monsters, special species monsters, and new locale, of course, the Forlorn Arena. Now, there is something really interesting to note here. Shout out to Very Dave, who did a translation from the Japanese. It's worth noting that special species are described as a rare individual or anomalous group of a given species of monster that is exclusive to Monster Hunter Explore. Now, do keep in mind, occasionally in Monster Hunter, they do have overlapping terms, things like Apex. We have, of course, seen that term be used before, and of course, sometimes they can mean different things. So it's not to say, or not to kind of guarantee, that special species in this mention is exactly the same as that of those in Monster Hunter Explore. However, if you do sort of just take your speculation hat for a moment and just have an open mind, if you think about the fact that we are in Rise already getting a Frontier monster, which again is something that I thought we would never see because Frontier monsters have, generally speaking, been seen as this sort of side project, not necessarily a canon thing for the mainline series, so I honestly thought we'd never see Frontier monsters in a mainline Monster Hunter game. However, that being said, we have had confirmation that we're getting Espinas, and for that reason, maybe you could sort of see Rise moving towards this direction whereby it's kind of like, in a similar vein to Generations, like a greatest hits game. Doesn't have every single monster, of course, but maybe they are looking to other aspects, other sort of branches of Monster Hunter, Frontier, perhaps Explore, giving us a chance to fight some monsters we've never had a chance to before. And honestly, some of the special species were really cool. There was a really, really cool Devil Joe that was basically a collaboration between Attack on Titan, basically a Titan Devil Joe. Really liking that one. So if that was the case, then there could be some cool additions. Again, it could just be a different special species, could be a term used specifically for Rise. We'll of course have to wait and see. However, moving on to fall, we then have rare species and subspecies monsters and also powered up monsters, but there are two rather interesting silhouettes here. The first one, the sort of bottom right hand one, is probably most likely to be Mizutsune. It looks very, very obvious based on the silhouette, unless of course they're trying to bait people, but it could therefore be a rare or subspecies version of Mizutsune, maybe a new one or like a powered up state version. As for the one in the top, that could either be maybe sort of silver or gold wrath, or it could also be Espinas. There are some spikes on there, and there are of course variants or subspecies or rare species, should I say, of Espinas. There's like a white version, so it could also be maybe something like that. As for the third one, honestly, your guess is as good as mine. That is a rather ominous looking location. Initially, when I first saw it, I thought maybe it was a new map, but then having sort of looked at it again, it could also be that similar church looking area that we often see Malazeno in, so it might not be a new map. I mean, it doesn't say new locale, for example. It does just say special species monsters and powered up monsters, so for that reason, it probably is still a locale we are familiar with, but it does have that big question mark, so we'll of course have to wait and see. Honestly, I would really like it if maybe that final one was like a big epic siege style monster, you know, one of those like really ginormous epic scale ones. That would be cool to see, but of course, until we get more hints, we really cannot tell. And then of course, more free title updates coming in 2023 to be continued. So, for the time being, that is pretty much it. That's a little rundown on the roadmap they showed so far. It's safe to say we have lots of stuff to look forward to. The game is not too far away. We of course get to dive in tomorrow with the demo, which is incredibly exciting. And then of course, we have the game itself a few weeks away. And then we have a plethora of title updates to keep us busy. So it's a good time to be a Monster Hunter fan. Anyway, for the time being, that's pretty much it. If you've missed some of our recent videos, be sure to check out one of these ones linked on screen and stay tuned for plenty more.